You think being constantly available makes you valuable. You believe that replying instantly, always saying yes, and over-explaining yourself earns respect. You are completely wrong. Constant availability does not build respect. It makes you invisible. It destroys your perceived value. In the biological marketplace, human psychology is hardwired to value scarcity. Gold is valuable because it is rare. Dirt is worthless because it is everywhere. When you are always there, waiting by your phone, instantly reacting to every demand, you become as cheap as air. People stop respecting you because you have given them no reason to fear losing you. In the next minutes, we are going to dissect the most ruthless power move in human dynamics. We will look at the exact biological and psychological mechanisms behind the art of ignoring people. I will show you why silence is your greatest weapon and how constant communication is slowly draining your life force. You will learn the clinical difference between cold ignoring and warm ignoring, and how to use intermittent reinforcement to completely rewire how others treat you. By the end of this video, you will stop surrendering your emotional energy to people who do not deserve a single second of it. Write this down now: silence is not weakness. Silence is absolute control. Let us examine why you are constantly exhausted and disrespected by your peers. You operate under the illusion that ignoring people is rude. Society has conditioned you to be a people pleaser, convincing you that being a good person means being a readily available resource for everyone else's problems. But ignoring is not about malice or playing childish games. It is a biological defense mechanism. It is the ultimate protocol for energy protection. Every time you react emotionally to a text message, every time you jump to defend yourself against a slight, you are handing over the remote control of your nervous system to another human being. You are burning cognitive calories that should be spent building your empire. Truly influential people do not react. They evaluate. They use silence as a filter to see who actually deserves their attention. If you over-explain your boundaries, you look weak and desperate for understanding. If you simply enforce those boundaries with silence, you become untouchable. There is a precise clinical framework to this behavior. It is the difference between cold ignoring and warm ignoring. Cold ignoring is the total cutoff. This is a severe, uncompromising protocol reserved for toxic individuals, chronic manipulators, and those who actively drain your psychological resources. It is the absolute removal of your presence, leaving them screaming into a void. Warm ignoring, on the other hand, is far more strategic and insidious. It is used for people you must interact with daily, like demanding coworkers, needy acquaintances, or difficult family members. It involves delayed, low-effort responses. You match their energy, but you deliberately drop your emotional investment just slightly below theirs. If they send a frantic paragraph, you wait 4 hours and reply with 2 words. This forces a psychological reset in the relationship dynamic. They subconsciously realize they no longer have free access to your mind. You are no longer reacting to their manufactured chaos. You are operating strictly on your own timeline. This shift is incredibly powerful because it strips them of the dopamine hit they usually extract from your immediate, stressed reaction. When you start executing this protocol, you will notice a massive internal shift. Resisting the urge to react builds a thick callus on your mind. It forces raw emotional control. Every single time you read a message that triggers your anger or anxiety, and you consciously choose to put the phone down and walk away, you are physically strengthening your prefrontal cortex. You are suppressing the amygdala's urge to panic. You are no longer a biological slave to external validation. Deep, genuine confidence does not come from everyone liking you or agreeing with you. It comes from knowing you can tolerate the intense discomfort of someone being upset with your silence. You build unbreakable boundaries not by arguing your point until you are blue in the face, but by refusing to participate in the game altogether. This is what true dark stoicism looks like in the modern hyperconnected world. To take this further, we must look at the dark science of intermittent reinforcement. This is an advanced evolutionary concept that casinos and social media algorithms use to enslave human attention. The mammalian brain is hopelessly addicted to unpredictable rewards. If a lab rat presses a lever and gets a food pellet every single time, it eventually gets bored and walks away. But if it presses the lever and the food only comes randomly, it will press that lever until it literally collapses from exhaustion. Humans operate on the exact same biological hardware. When your attention and affection are completely predictable, people take you for granted. When your attention is inconsistent, it naturally creates massive psychological intrigue. When people do not know if they will get the warm, highly engaging version of you, or the cold, distant, silent version, they will instinctively work harder for your approval. But listen closely. This cannot be a fake, manipulative tactic. Your unavailability must stem from actual, relentless personal growth. You must be genuinely busy building your wealth, training your physical body, and optimizing your life. The silence must be a natural byproduct of your elevated status, not a trick you play while sitting on the couch doing nothing. You will inevitably feel fear when you first implement this strategy. You will be terrified to ignore your critical family members, your toxic exes, or your draining friends. Your brain will tell you that they will abandon you. Let them. That fear is simply your biology acknowledging that your social boundaries are weak. The discomfort of establishing silence is temporary, but the freedom it brings is permanent. You are cutting the invisible parasitic strings that tie your self-worth to their chaotic opinions. You stop needing them to validate your existence. Protect your personal peace at all costs. Silence is the ultimate signal of strength, emotional composure, and high status. Stop giving your most valuable asset, your time, to those who treat it as worthless. Reclaim your emotional sovereignty. Stop being available. Start being powerful. Learn the rules. Subscribe to Brutal Theories.